antecedent and the consequent. In the conditional proposition, that is when you are writing if, then there is a part which is known as the antecedent and one part is known as the consequent. So now we will discuss which part is known as the antecedent and which part is known as the consequent. Let's see. So here when we are writing A implies B, so the first part is the antecedent and the second part, first part which is at the tail side is known as the antecedent, while the part which is at the head of the arrow, that is B, is known as the consequent. So when we are writing in statement form, let us have the example. A is the proposition which say it is cold today, and B is the proposition which say you cannot go out. So when we apply implication to these two statements, that is the antecedent combining with consequent, the final answer will be if it is cold today, then you cannot go out. So the first part will be referring to as this part is known as the antecedent and the second part is known as the consequent. I hope you have understood antecedent and the consequent. On the basis of antecedent and consequent, we have three terms: converse, inverse and contrapositive. So when we are talking with converse, converse is the statement which is obtained after interchanging the antecedent and the consequent. So we can express converse as B implies A, that is interchanging antecedent is changed to consequent and here consequent is being changed to as an antecedent. So let us see the example of this. If 16 is an even number, then 2 is its factor. So the converse will be the consequent second part will change to the first part. So if 2 is the factor of 16, then 16 is an even number. So second part changes to first part here in the converse, and from the original statement, first part changes to the consequent, that is second part. Now let us see the inverse. Inverse is obtained by changing the conditional statement into a new condition, where new condition is obtained by changing antecedent and consequent are the negation of original condition. Means both the antecedent and consequent are changes and converted to negation form of the original condition. Let's see the example. If it rains, then the sky is cloudy. So here antecedent is if it rains and consequent is the sky is cloudy. So both the statement are changes to negation of the original condition. So the inverse is obtained as if it does not rain, that is negation of antecedent, and the sky is cloudy. So negation of this is the sky is clear. So the final inverse statement is if it does not rain, then the sky is clear. Now comes contrapositive. Contrapositive is obtained by interchanging the negation of antecedent of the original condition with the negation of consequent of the original condition. Let's see the example of this contrapositive in this. So in the original condition, we have antecedent A and consequent B. So negation of consequent becomes the antecedent, and negation of antecedent of the original condition became the consequent in the contrapositive. That is B complement implies A complement. Let's see this with the example of this. Here the condition is if it rains, then the sky is cloudy. So here first part is antecedent and the second part is the consequent. So negation of consequent become the antecedent of the new condition, that is its negation is the sky is clear. So if the sky is clear, then negation of antecedent of the original condition become the consequent of the contrapositive condition. So if it rains means negation turns to it does not rain. So we will get the final answer as if the sky is clear, then it does not rain.